Steve, and I want to thank you and thank Studio G for letting me be here. It is rare that somebody like me will be on a panel like this. Okay, and here's why. I'm the guy that you need, but you don't want to pay for. You need an investor, you need an attorney, you need to develop your products, you need some help figuring out how you're going to structure your split. But when you're coming up to that roadblock and you're not growing and you're not getting it done, you're the guy that's going to say, oh, I can do it myself. That's okay. I'll just hunker down and I'll do it. The business coach is the guy that's going to help you and push you beyond that wall. And I'm that guy. I'm the guy that's going to be your accountability partner. In my experience being up here, and I think it's great that I get to be here, but in my experience talking with people, I find that it is that person, the business owner, that says, I can handle it on my own. Let's take the example that John talked about the investor that they gave him the money, and after a month they hadn't heard from him. Well, that guy is somewhere developing an ulcer right now, stressing out, because he knows there's probably an investor someplace that wants their money back or the return on their investment. And if he's got a coach, the coach is saying, call him. That ulcer's not worth it. Get it done. Show him you got progress. Move forward. Get it done. And so that's where I come into the table. And I'm the guy that's going to help you make sure that whatever little area it is that you need some growth on, whatever little area that is that you need to tweak and enhance, I'm the guy that's going to help you get that expertise taken care of. Tiger Woods has a putting coach. He's got a driving coach. He's got a strength and conditioning coach. But the coach is not on the course with Tiger Woods. So you're going to be doing the work, but I'm going to be right there, that little earwig, telling you what to do, how to swing, how to think, how to breathe, how to get it all done. So in the topic on the format today, one of the things that Brooke and I talked about, that I was going to talk about sort of the mistakes that entrepreneurs make as they're getting their business going. And I want to say that you all know that there are no mistakes in business. There are only opportunities. But if you're finding yourself just getting yourself in all kinds of opportunities, that's where I'm here to help you. So one of the things I want to say is that what a lot of entrepreneurs do is you get out of college, you get your training, you get your experience, and then you stop learning. You stop putting yourself in a situation where what you think you know, all that you need to know. And the key to most entrepreneurship is understanding what you know or knowing what you don't know and finding ways to get that knowledge. Okay? So make sure that you don't stop learning. You've got to make sure in your business that you know how to set yourself apart, how to make yourself attractive to other people. Okay? When you want that angel investor to come in and invest in your company, yeah, he's going to talk to you and there's going to be some discussion and you're going to show him some information. But if you've got a great business plan and you've got a great product, but you are a total doofus, I'm sorry for the technical term, but if you just can't present yourself and you don't look like beyond that meeting you're going to be effective, that angel investor is not going to do that. So your coach is the guy that's going to help you present yourself, learn how to present yourself, learn how to develop those skills. Okay? When you developed your product, you developed a unique selling proposition on that product. What makes it better than everybody else that's out there? If you're the only one in the market, that's a great thing. You are the unique selling proposition for that product. But if your product is like a couple of others in the market, how do you do what you do better? Your coach is the guy that's going to help you do that. A lot of times, and I started out by saying this, but it's the bottom line, you will try to go it alone. That's a big mistake that entrepreneurs make. They try to go it alone. And when I say go it alone, I'm not just talking about getting a coach. Okay? Your wife and your girlfriend, your wife and your girlfriend and your dog, they all love you. But when it comes down to it, your wife is going to be going, where are we going to make the money for the mortgage this month? Okay? And they may not be that nice about it. But you've got to have other people around you who are going to be able to support you and hold your feet to the fire. One thing you want to do, you've got to make sure you get a mentor. I know that the gentleman that was talking earlier, asking some questions, talked about his mentor. A mentor is important. Find somebody who's done what you want to do and ask them how to do it. Follow them. Understand what they're doing. Shadow them and mirror what they're doing, because a mentor is vitally important. You've got to make sure that you put a mastermind group around yourself. How many of you in here have read the book Think and Grow Rich? Okay. Google it, look for it, Audible it, find that book. That's a fantastic book. It was written in 1937, but it is one of the leading business books still today. But Think and Grow Rich talks about the Mastermind Alliance. You've got to have people around you who are like-minded, who want what you want and will stand behind you to help you get what you want, okay? And you've got to get a coach. That's the selfish plug. And here's the second part of the selfish plug. If you want to ever meet and talk with me, www.successforsmallbiz.com. Set up a meeting with me, we'll talk, we'll chat. The first hour is always free. And I do give advice. Thank you. But the thing about it is that you've got to make sure that you are set up to be attractive to other people. Create a personal board of directors around yourself. A group of people that will hold your feet to the fire and will be your accountability partner. But the last thing that I want to say that most entrepreneurs do, and maybe they don't even start, they get an idea, they go to market with their product, but they don't know how to sell. Sales, nothing in this world happens before a sale takes place, okay? You've got to be able to sell. You've got to develop your skill. You've got to be able to know what to do when you get into that tough situation where somebody's asking questions, or somebody, you're looking for some money, you got to sell a product, whatever the situation is. If you don't know how to sell, you're going to have an uphill battle. So your business coach is the guy that's going to help you learn how to do that, coach you on how to do it, make sure that you're doing it the right way. And if he's like me, he's a sales geek. I love to sell, I love to cold call, I love to get people out there, and I'm going to make you do that so that you can develop that acumen as well. So that's Success Incorporated, and I'd love to answer some questions if you've got any. Yes, ma'am.
So during the first free hour, what should we bring with us?
What I want to see in your first hour is I want to see you, okay? I've got a phrase that I use a lot, and it's you, be you. I want to know who you are. I want to know what's driving you. I want to know where you want to go. I asked the magic wand question that says, if I waved a magic wand today and you had everything that you wanted in place, what would that look like? And then we're going to create an action plan together to make sure that you get to that. Now, at the end of that first hour, we may not determine that we want to work well together, okay? We may not have a right fit. What you want to do may not be within my wheelhouse, but the coaching industry is a $9 billion industry, and it's growing. So there are a whole network of coaches that I could refer you to find somebody who would be the right and perfect coach for you. But I want to know who you are and what you want to accomplish.
Any more questions on business consulting?
So this is more for you than anything. Like you said, most businesses, they don't want to get any coaching because they think they can do it. How do you market yourself so that way they actually go for your services?
Well, I do a lot of speaking from the stage. I put myself out there. I like to be in the front of the room, obviously, but when I'm speaking as a subject matter expert in the things that I do, I want to be able to show where my skill and my expertise goes. I'm a sales guy. I'm involved in economic development. Everything I do on a daily basis is putting myself in front of small to medium-sized businesses. So when it comes to how I find people who want to hire me, I just make myself available. I let everybody know who I am and what I do, and I may not be the one that you may not want to coach, but you may know somebody who does, and that's how I work it.
Any further questions?
Somebody from this side so that Brooke can run over there.
Trying to make me exercise today.
Thank you for your time.
You have a networking, a monthly networking meeting, right?
Yes.
It's in Sunland Park?
Well, in Sunland Park, I have a monthly business networking. Now, understand that I'm all about networking. I don't just network in my own group that I organize, but I network everywhere that I possibly can. And the networking group that we have established in Sunland Park, New Mexico, and if you're familiar with Sunland Park, New Mexico, all I'm going to say is no comment. But our monthly networking group it's called BLAST. It's Business Leadership and Strategic Talk. And it's a monthly group where we get together and talk about business issues, talk about local issues, talk about regional issues. But my whole goal is if I can bring two people together that will facilitate the exchange of goods and services, my job is done. Okay, and I've seen in the various networking groups that I've been involved in, I've seen millions of dollars over time being transacted. Because who's the guy in the red sports coat? I love that.
Chris Brooks.
Chris, okay, and Chris and is it Wasinke? Now, if Chris and Wasinke have never met each other before, but because of what's happening today, they decide that they can do business together, then Studio G has done their job. That's what networking is. You may get up tomorrow morning and know that you've got to go to a meeting, knowing that you've got a sale to make in the back of your mind, but if you meet somebody who is that potential customer, then it's worth it.